Welcome to another episode of I'm Dying to Tell You. I've been listening to some of my recordings and I'm talking too slow. I'm not dying that soon, so I will try and pick up the pace so as you don't fall asleep and fall off this. What I'd like to talk to you about today is why I'm doing this and why now. I've listened for 50 years to people and I've learned a lot, and I've collected a lot of dots from what I've learned. And what's happening as I'm approaching the end of my life is the dots are just connecting. I don't have to do anything about it. It's almost like little drops of mercury going bing, 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 bing. And they're dropping into thoughts and ideas and insights that I'm sharing with you. And what I want to talk to you today about is how to remotivate your team after defeat or after a setback. This was something I actually talked with one of my friends who owns a soccer club in England, and he's going to try it with his club, and he seemed optimistic about. So this is what you do. You have a team, you've had a setback, they feel a little bit downhearted. Here's the approach. You take them aside and you say, I want to try something to see if it'll lift us all up. Because, we've had a defeat, we've had defeats before, we'll have a victory, but maybe something that'll pick us up. So the first step is you reach out to them and you say, I want each of you to think about a time in your life that you didn't know how you would get through it. You maybe even didn't think that you would get through it, but you did. And I also want you to pick a time where someone specific, someone in particular, helped you through it. And also, finally, pick a time when a person helped you through it where you can contact the person. They're in your contact list, or you can reach their next of kin, and you'll see there's kind of a reason for that. So what you do is you have people share a time in their life that they didn't know how they were going to get through. They then talk about someone who helped them and what that person did specifically. And then the next thing you do is you're going to all practice a selfie video to that person who helped each of you through that rough time. And in the selfie video, you're going to reach out to that person and say, hey, we did an exercise today about times we've gotten through that were kind of difficult and who helped us and who we're grateful to. And you came up. You came up for me. And so before I forget it, I just want to reach out to you. Hope you're okay. This is long overdue, and I apologize for that. But you may not even remember it, but this is what you did for me during this time, way back when. And this is the effort you took to do it. You went out of your way. You may have even put yourself at risk, but you did it anyway. And finally, this is what it personally meant to me. You saved my life. You changed my life. You made my life. And in this moment of thinking about times we've gotten through so that we can get through whatever challenges we're having now, and people we're grateful to, my person was you. So I hope you're having a good day, and this is long overdue, and I'm finally glad that I got to do it. You take care, and if you want to reach back, that is fine, but you don't have to. When I've done this exercise with other groups, what's happened is a majority of them have gotten responses. They've gotten text messages back, they've gotten videos back, and sometimes those text messages would say things like, I've watched your video 5 times and I can't stop crying. Why does this work? Why will this help your team? Because there's a magic formula. When people are demonstrating vulnerability, that time that they went through, courage, now they may not have seen themselves as courageous because they just did the best they could, and gratitude. Vulnerability, courage, and gratitude. When someone is telling a story about that. And they're really into it. We are drawn to them. We admire them. And I will tell you, if you do this with your team, you're going to feel something flex and shift in the team in a positive way. And if you ask people, oh, by the way, raise your hand if you think you're with a group of special people. When I've done this in the past, everybody raised their hand. And really what happened is they were no more special than they were an hour ago. What happened is they shared a special moment filled with vulnerability, courage, and gratitude. So give that a try if you need to remotivate your team and pick them up after a loss. Take care.